Here in Kokoyo, the vigilante is law. Despite the presence of Malian soldiers, the armed men arrived in huge numbers. They made it clear the Nigerians trying to rescue their citizens trapped in the sex trade aren't welcome here. Eventually, the delegation had to leave. Activists who've been working with the girls say they face such threats every time.
Security agencies are working with them. In a situation where there's a lot of beneficiaries in a crime, it's very, very difficult to eradicate it. The people you think that you will call now to come and help you rescue these guys, they are benefiting every week from them.
On the outskirts of town, the team is able to meet some of the girls. Only one of them agreed to go back home. The rest are too afraid of the traffickers and too ashamed to face their peers and relations.
We can't force them to go back home, but those who are ready and willing to go back home, the Nigerian embassy, we're working with them closely, we're working with IOM closely. They are going to come together and take the girls back home.
While some of the girls have paid off the traffickers, many are still trapped. Teenage girls are less likely to be left off, even after paying an agreed sum of $2,000.
Thousands of the victims here in Mali are kept in makeshift structures like this. They say they're forced to sleep with as many as 10 men in a day. Some of them, as young as 14, were practically yanked off the streets of Nigeria in their school uniforms. Those who got away are either the very ill or those lucky enough to escape.
At this safe house in the capital, Bamako, a group of 30 women and girls wait for their repatriation home. When news filtered through that some of them will be leaving in a matter of hours, there was jubilation. But 18-year-old Faith isn't among the ones leaving. She's 8 months pregnant and she has a lot of regrets. She's left home without telling anyone. She's now torn between her newly found freedom and how she will be received on arrival in Nigeria.
I leave the work while they learn. I leave my mother, come Mali, come to Asham, come carry belly from Mali.
This 16-year-old teenage mother and thousands of others like her came to Mali through Benin Republic. A trafficker promised her a new life with a well-paid job.
The place will find me, say, now you go side. If I go, I'll come back quick so that I will get my money. Because she not tell me that I'm coming here to come and do a shower. She not tell me like that. And she can't tell me like that. I can't say, okay. She can't tell me I should not tell anybody. Say I'm traveling.
The girls at the mining areas and other brothels of Mali say they were registered by law enforcement on arrival. They also pay weekly dues to authorities whose only problem with prostitution is when it involves minors, at least underage Malians. As the Nigerian delegation found out, repatriating an estimated 20,000 trafficked minors and young adults is complex, and the girls and young women trapped in the sex trade here may have a long wait before they are reunited with their families. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Kokoyo, Western Mali.